Hey guys, I wanted to do a video on one of the main reasons why I'm no longer a Glock fanboy. Well, that's not true. I still love Glocks. The Glock 20 10mm is my go-to woods gun that I have right now. Picking up a revolver later on, but I really love Glocks. I'm never getting rid of the Glock 20. Well, I always say things like that. But I went away from my everyday carry of a Glock 19 to a SIG platform, and this is the reason why. The SIG M11-A1. Now, I went to the range with my buddy earlier, a few months ago, and he hates Glocks. He had a bad experience with Glocks. He's carried SIGs his whole military career, and he's really, he's a SIG guy. So I had not seen these guns before. My only experience with SIG was one buddy that had a cheap one that kept jamming on him, and I was thinking, oh man, I'm glad I got my Glock. It doesn't do that. But these higher end SIGs, these military grade SIGs, are very reliable. I would say they're just as reliable as a Glock if you keep them serviced right. So I got to shoot this SIG M11-A1 9mm, and I was very impressed. The main things that turned me away from Glock into this is because a Glock is super blocky. This thing just fit in your hand great. It felt wonderful. The recoil wasn't bad at all. The Glock 19 felt like it had more recoil. Part of that was to do with the special guide rod he had there in this gun. Said it took off some of the recoil, but I don't know about that. But, and it's got 15 round mags. I mean, the capacity is the same as the Glock 19, but it's in a more comfortable package to shoot, and the trigger is a heck of a lot better than a stock Glock trigger. So I was just sold on it. Had a lot of fun shooting it. It's got the double action, single action, SIG trademark with the decocker, which I'm getting used to. You got to get used to that first shot in double action, which can be 10 pounds, and then you go back to a 4-pound single action trigger. It's compact size. I mean, it's about the same size as a Glock 19, except the butt end is going to stick out, about a centimeter longer. It's got a 3.9-inch barrel, 15 round magazine, like I said, and that short reset trigger system is just amazing. Now, that's what really sold me, is the way it shot, the way it felt in my hand. I carry the Legion now. We'll talk about that next week, next Saturday, and just the way it carries, everything, it just feels so much smoother and so much better than Glock. I still love Glock. They're a workhorse, but they're real blocky. These things are just amazing. So I'm pretty sold on it. Now, why would you get a M11-A1 when you can get just a standard P228 for cheaper? Well, the M11-A1 is a military grade pistol, and it's got some special coatings on the inside of some of the internals. That's the main difference with it. Only thing I didn't like about it is the standard, M11-A1 does not have a rail system, which I like, but you can't beat it. I mean, I was shocked that he had carried it in the Marines. I had heard of the Air Force and the Coast Guard carrying these things, but I guess other units are carrying them too. So just a really cool gun, and that was the gateway. It was the gateway of SIGs for me, and I've never turned back. There's just something to say about an all-metal gun compared to a polymer gun, something you can that's going to last longer, you can hand to your grandchildren someday. So let me know what you guys think if I'm off base on that. It's Chuke, your friend in the field.
Outdoor adventure. No!